This week in Lost in Kruger, we head to a beautiful tented camp, make some new friends, dress like Eskimos, and go in search of my favorites. I really hope you guys enjoy.
Welcome to Kruger Park.
After a wonderful stay in Hoyo Hoyo, we headed to the final of the 3 lodges within the Umloatu concession, and probably the one I'm most excited for, Hamilton's Tented Camp. So just an FYI, based on some feedback we've had, we are well aware that these lodges are out of a lot of people's reach, but they're part of the safari experience we wanted to show off, and after COVID they really need support. The luxury segment is a huge employer in this region and thus essential to sustainable conservation. We will be back to normal overlanding soon, but in the meantime get some ideas for your honeymoon or a big special occasion.
That's our homemade iced tea.
Thank you.
What you doing?
Filming? What you doing?
Filming.
As the name suggests, Hamilton's comprises of a series of tented rooms on stilts connected by elevated walkways. There are no fences, so you can literally see anything in the bush below you while you head back to your room. Although they are also made out of canvas, the rooms are certainly a bit bigger than the iCamper we are used to.
Oh, awesome. Nice and cool.
Absolute luxury overlooking the Ngwenyeni Dam. We dropped off our bags and headed out straight away for an afternoon safari. We had a new guide for Hamilton's, and although we missed Victor, Nicholas was equally epic. So that was a really interesting cheetah sighting, relatively quiet drive otherwise, but it was awesome seeing the cheetah. Even though we were losing light, we still managed to see her climb up a tree, which is super cool, nice and interesting, very different. We're going to stop and have a drink shortly and then head back to the lodge for dinner. What a beautiful day in a beautiful place. We had some seriously noisy neighbors in the morning.
What do you think about our neighbors, P?
Sometimes in these amazing places, I try to take a deep breath and just take it all in. We're so incredibly blessed to be doing all this traveling. It probably won't last forever, but for now it's unbelievable. We've made memories that will last 2 lifetimes.
morning.
Good morning. How are you, Bianca?
Good, how are you?
Good. I had to rescue your camera from booze this morning because you didn't bring it on the game drive. I mean, come on, guys. I don't get it either. We've seen Leopard already, and now we're going to try and find Dutch.
We'll tell you what that means if we find them. But yeah, left my camera and it's my turn this morning with the long legs. And I so happen to have left the camera in the room. And there's lots of baboons right above our tent, so coming to my rescue.
While heading to the sighting we had been radioed about, we got super lucky to find another leopard and her adolescent cub. They disappeared into thick ground cover, so we waited for a while to see if they re-emerged, before heading off to look for my favorites. But the bush had one more surprise for us first. A third leopard on one drive. This is not normal. So the dogs are eluding us a little bit this morning, but we're trying to stay patient. They were spotted going into this big block behind us here, but when they start moving through the thick bush like this, you've got no chance of finding them or following them, certainly. So we've tried to come around in front of them, and we saw some impalas running away. We hope that's an indication that the dogs are near, but to be honest, we don't really know. So we're just trying to play the patient game. We're on a long cut line here that runs along the border of this conservancy with Magnoleti, which is a private reserve. And we're hoping that dogs come through this area, so hold thumbs. Look what we found. I'm often asked why I love wild dogs so much. First of all, they are beautiful. Their family structure is just incredible. And they are one of the most endangered large predators in the world. So every single sighting is special to me. So we had an incredible game drive. That's one of those special ones that you get in the bush. You get the quiet days, but then you get the days like today. We saw 3 leopard. I only managed to get a shot on one of them, unfortunately. The other 2 are pretty far away, and it was Bianca's turn to have the long lens. At the moment, we only have 1 long lens, so we're having to toss up who gets it, which really sucks. So I'm gonna have to replace that, even though I did sell the last ones to pay for diesel so that we can keep traveling, but it's not working, us only having 1. But yeah, incredible day. Those 3 leopard followed by a wonderful wild dog sighting. The dogs had just caught an impala, and they were still busy feeding on it, and they were right next to the car, playing in the water, feeding all around us. At one point, some spotted hyenas tried to take it away from them, and they chased them off. So yeah, it was just an incredible morning in the bush. Gonna catch up on some editing now, and then we'll head out for lunch and a afternoon drive a little bit later. So we're out on afternoon drive today, and Bianca decided to take it off, and the other 2 guests that were meant to be joining us this afternoon decided not to come on safari. So effectively I have my own private safari, which is pretty damn cool. So it's just me and Nicholas in the car this afternoon, and that's awesome. It gives us quite a lot of freedom to decide what we're going to go after. We're probably going to go and see if we can find those wild dogs from earlier, and then just stick with them and see what they do, because dogs have a tendency of hunting very often, so we might get lucky and get to see them doing some hunting. They are right on the edge of Magnoletti though, which is one of the other concessions that we can't cross into, so we'll see what happens, but holding thumbs we get some action. One of the beauties of not having B on the drive, and I hate to say it because she'll kill me, but it means I have 2 cameras again, which I'm not used to having anymore. I used to always have 2 cameras, but it gives me quite a lot of freedom. It means I can vlog on one and have the long lens on the other one. So that's pretty exciting. You'll probably hear a lot of me today. Why are you so quiet on camera now, Victor?
Tim.
Normally you're so talkative. We were lucky to bump into our old friend Victor, and after first trying to mislead us, he helped us narrow down the dog's location. We were getting close, but rapidly running out of light.
Looks like they're going for some model, but updated ready to unlock.
So we managed to find the dogs where they were earlier. They have just started to hunt, and they've moved off onto the other side of the road, which is the Magnoletti side, so we can't actually cross onto that side. But they're busy moving along parallel to the road at the moment, so hopefully they'll continue to do that. And then if they find anything and they cut back across, we'll have an incredible viewing. But still awesome to see them. But let's see how it plays out. We're not sure yet. Always happy when I find dogs, so. Nicholas found them twice now. Nicholas, you're a rock star.
Thank you.
The dogs are head down, spread out, trying to pick up a scent. They're all communicating, so when one dog does, they will all take off after the prey. This teamwork and their incredible stamina are why they are one of the most effective predators in the world. We briefly saw the dogs again. They were hunting and they caught something, but it was like 200 meters away from us, so right at the limit of my lens you can kind of see what's going on, but not really.
but it was still amazing. Great to see them. Awesome drive. We're gonna head back now, turn the spotlight on, see if we can find any of the nocturnal stuff. Otherwise, head back to camp for a nice dinner.
Maybe not the first nocturnal hunter on most people's checklists, but this Faroese eagle owl is the largest African owl and the only living owl that preys upon multiple species of primates. It is considered an apex avian predator, and I was so lucky to have such a great sighting. A flat-necked chameleon and a scrub hare completed our wonderful night drive. Before a fireside dinner to finish off our stay. I really hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. Next week we're off to King's Camp in the Timber Valley for one more luxurious lodge before getting back on the road.